Hey, what's going on, guys? And welcome to another installment of Mark My Words, and today's subject is my take on dealing with depression. Now, this is a strictly opinion-based podcast. If you have any different experiences, please let me know in the comments. After all, I'd love to hear your views. After all, people deal with things differently. My first experience with depression started around 2012 on Boxing Day, and I ended up having a little tiff from my father, and all of a sudden this string of emotions just hit me. I went off my food, I went off my coffee, and I just felt horrible inside, and all of a sudden I felt like tears were streaming down my face even though I had no control. In my head at the time I didn't think I was sad. Then all of a sudden I just felt the need to get out of the house, so I grabbed my car keys, went out, and started driving to my uni accommodation in Carmarthen. And on the way on the dual carriageway, I broke down in the car. I ended up bursting into tears, and I had no idea why. Since then, I went to the doctors, and they prescribed me with antidepressants. Now, if anyone who's been on medication will know that they are weird at first, aren't they? Especially if they're a strong one. Like, I was on 20 milligrams at first, and now I'm on 40 milligrams. As I went back to uni, I was in classes, and people were running around. I felt like I was in my own little bubble, and the world was happening around me. It just felt like I was on a different planet compared to everyone else, and it was just really strange. One thing that people battle with the most with depression is how to get motivated, really. Like, how do you get out in the bed in the morning? How do you start being proactive? For me, I kind of use willpower in this one, and people who offered me the support, really. My family are always like, come on, let's go, we'll do this now, you'll feel better afterwards, and knowing that kind of payoff, it kind of helps you, really. Like, you know that you're going to get some good out of a situation. Like, in the mornings, I wake up, literally, my dog's my alarm clock. He'll whinge that he's dying for a shit and he needs to go out. I always do it before my breakfast, because with me, I find exercise helps me get more positive endorphins. That's what a lot of people say, like, that's why they go to the gym. They feel great after they come out. And especially with lockdown, I've started walking a lot more. And literally, I'm walking like 3 or 4 times a day with my dog. So it does help me mentally on that way. And this is before I even take my pills as well. I'm in a good mood, and then I take that, and then it just keeps going for the rest of the day. One thing I will advise people to do is seek outside support, especially when you've just had it and you don't know how to deal with it. Like, there are people out there that will help you. Just find them, and it could be counselling. Like, some people go to counselling. I did myself. You know, I found it useful to a certain degree, and then I found that a lot of the stuff that I could do is by myself, but it was good to kind of get an understanding of like where things come from, like, because some people don't understand that, you know, there are different root causes to depression as well. Like, mine has to be like, it's a chain of different events. Like, I've always struggled when I was a kid. I said I have dyslexia with dyspraxic tendencies, and I didn't find out until I was 20 years old and I was in uni when they did a screening on me, so I had no clue. So I went through a lot of struggles with a low self-esteem because of these things, which if I had them diagnosed at the time, I would have been able to work on those weaknesses and understand how things affected me. So that didn't help my mental health at all. And one thing I want to say to you guys is, if you're ever in a situation where you're depressed, you are not a burden to your family and your friends. You will never be a burden to them. Because I feel like that sometimes. Like, I go, oh, I should message my friend now. I'm feeling a bit low. I need someone to talk to. And you get this little thought in your head, and it's like, oh, I better not. I don't want to burden him with my problems. He's probably feeling bad. I'll probably make him feel worse. And it's not the case. They're there to listen, so use them. It also links with what I said about anxiety in my negative thinking video. Like, it's a fan fiction writer, and depression kind of works on a similar level. Like, whereas anxiety is more active with the imagination and makes you overthink and panic, whereas depression kind of gives you this narrative that you're not good enough. It's another one. It's a bullshitter. You gotta kind of stop there and go, no, mate, you're bullshitting. I am good enough. I'm not sure if I've covered this before. Like, negative thinking comes when you're on your own, you're left to your own thoughts. Start naming positive things that have happened recently. It could be anything. It's like, oh, I've managed to learn barcodes, or my positive thing at the moment, I just got a Super Nintendo Classic, and I love it. The whole nostalgia trip is helping me with positivity, and I'm loving every minute of it. So people have got different takes on different things, and that's what's brilliant about the human race. There is always one more path to your destination. Doesn't matter how long the route is, where Google Maps sends you up a fucking country lane or whatever. That's where it's going to be. So the best thing I can say to you guys is create a distraction on something that you like. I've got my Super Nintendo, I've got my PlayStation 4, they can distract me. Even with my guitar stuff, I always revise everything I've done or learning new songs that have been requested to me, and it takes your mind off it. It's like you haven't got the time to feel miserable. I'm trying to find you guys a way to help yourselves, because I know sometimes like you go to the doctors, you want an easy fix. I wish they had a magic wand and they could knock it all away. I said I've had bad experiences with GPs, like this particular one. I'm not saying all GPs are bad, because I just think I was dealt a bit of a crap hand. But in a matter of words, I was just told to man up, and that didn't do well for my self-esteem at all. And so what can I do with man up? Is man up gonna make this depression go away? It just felt like a very ununderstanding way of trying to tell me to get on with things, and I really didn't like it. It didn't sit well with me. So this is why I'm making this kind of video, just to show that you're not alone. I'm willing to support you. You are valued, people love you, and you are never a burden. These are the 3 important mantras that I always say. You are valued, people love you, and you are never a burden to the people you love. And I think that's wonderful. Thank you so much, guys, for listening in. There will be more videos. I'm going to try and do this every Wednesday, so stay tuned. Please like, subscribe, and share with your friends, and also turn on notifications so you don't miss any future content. Thank you, and good day, guys.